I feel like we all question ourselves a little bit too much sometimes. Girls will ask if that guy at the restaurant catcalled them or if he just likes to whistle. Girls will also question their ability to contribute to a conversation or ask themselves if it was a case of mansplaining. Some of us even question if getting asked to their face if they're an illegal alien at the beginning of a job interview is racist. That last one happened to me. The point is, at some point in our lives, we all ask ourselves if what we're feeling is even valid. And looking back at it, you'd say, oh, those things are racist and sexist, but in the moment, we question ourselves. Every one of us on the Zoom call believes in the rights for others to live happy and healthy lives full of laughter, freedom, and joy. And I know this for a fact because the class we're taking is called Resisting. Most of us wouldn't think twice about standing up for others, including, strangers, loved ones, and friends. But I feel like we can all think of a time where we didn't stand up for ourselves when we should have. And honestly, I think this goes back to the saying that Gen Z will be protesting incarceration rates on Friday and then be too scared to ask for extra ketchup for their fries on Saturday. Being selfless is so incredibly important, but it can also be damaging if you lose or forget about yourself along the way, right? So the question is, what is something I want to prioritize for the future of social justice? And for me, that's focusing and preaching about how we should always stand up for others in times of trouble, but also extending that courtesy to ourselves. I think there's a delicate balance between fighting for the rights of others and getting angry about an injustice that's happening to your neighbor of a different background, but recognizing your own self-worth and striving to have the fire to say something when people do you wrong. But it's all up to you. So that brings me to my next point. Today I'm going to be talking about Dolores Huerta. For a bit of background, she's a third-generation American social activist who co-founded the United Farm Workers Association along with Cesar Chavez in the 20th century. And even as a mother of 11 children, she led countless movements, including the agricultural workers' rights movement. She fought for economic improvements for Hispanics, for their voting rights, fighting for better healthcare benefits, single-handedly forming the great boycott of the migrant farm workers. She fought for legislative representation and so much more. She has achieved so much in her lifetime that I cannot fit it into a 5-minute presentation, even if I tried. And most recently, Obama awarded her the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2012, and she's still alive today at the young age of 90. And so one of the main things that really inspires me about her is how much she believes in the power of an individual. She first caught my eye when we were reading the Resistance book, when she said that we, quote, have the power of our own person and the power of our own bodies, end quote. And I think this really just talks to how we hold so much strength in being able to stand up for others and standing up for ourselves. If we want change, we have to do it. She's the one that first coined the term "si se puede," and I think that this is still so relevant today. If we want cleaner air, if we want to dismantle institutional racism, equal rights for everybody, have less money in politics, and just build from love, then we have to take this into our own hands and be the difference. This really makes me want to encourage others to let go of the notion that you're just one person and that you can't make a difference. Personally, I've always been the kind of person that takes matters into their own hands growing up. And now as an adult, I know that I have the ability to put this into the context of social justice. So for me, this really just means to keep showing out, physically attending protests, calling my local representative, voting in every single election, especially the local ones, because those are the most important, helping others and just doing whatever I can to make this world a better place. And as exhausting as this life can be, we have to keep fighting for a better future. We have to fight for our family, fight for our friends, fight for strangers, and fight for ourselves. Thank you.